Hello, it's Nicole here with Madison, and I'm so happy to work with her today. And we're going to be doing a review of those basic commands. Now, it's been a little while since we've worked together, so it's always good, like I say, to do a review, make sure that she knows her stuff, and won't waste any more time talking. I'm going to start walking with her, and we're going to work again on those basic commands. Sit, down, sit, stay, down, stay, come. So here we go. Alright, so she's doing pretty well with the heel. She gets a little bit in her own world sometimes, but she's still a baby, so that's alright. And of course, we want to make sure, like we're saying during the class, we want to talk to her as much as possible, make sure that she understands that, you know, when she goes right into that heel, she's doing a good job, good girl, good heel. And if you saw me making all those turns like a crazy person over there, again, we want to make sure that we keep her on her toes. Whenever we're doing healing exercises, it's very important to move sporadically, sharp turns, go in circles, making sure, once again, that she is able to focus on us, so to maintain that eye contact, very good, and of course, let her know when she's doing a good job. And sitting whenever we stop is always preferable. Okay, so I'm going to bring in a distraction here, and when we're walking, we see things by the side of the road, we ask our dog to leave it. Want to make sure that we go over that just for a second here. So give me a moment, we'll be right back. Okay, thanks for bearing with me for a second. So I have this pouch. It smells like there's food in there. She does really well with leave it in general. So by upping those distractions, I'm going to put her to the test a little bit. Go. usually dogs show some sort of interest in those items that are dropped in front of them. You know, weird things hanging out by the side of the sidewalk where they're, you know, something that they're not used to seeing. Of course, as you bring food into the equation, usually that's more than enough to perk up that dog's senses, get them interested. She completely and utterly ignored it, which is awesome. It is exactly what I want her to do. I didn't have to tell her anything the second time. It was perfect. Perfect. Oh, what a good girl. Okay, so now we're going to work on our stays and also waiting. Very important whenever we do have a situation where we're going in and out of the car, going through the door. Maybe she really wants to go on a walk with you outside. She's going to get a little bit excited. Maybe when she sees her leash, we want to make sure that she can sit down and stay, for example. But we're going to use our wonderful gates here, and I'm going to have her remain in that waiting position. Waiting, remember, we're going to be able to release her from her position and allow her to come to us, or you can have her wait before she takes a treat or a toy or something like that. Remember, stay means stay forever. So we're going to work on that waiting. One more. Turn this here. There we go. Wait. Good, wait. Wait, girl. Okay, let's try it again. So, you know, just because something is open, you know, we open the door, maybe we gotta grab a whole bunch of groceries, does not mean she gets to go anywhere. She has to make sure that she's keeping an eye on us, checking in with us. We need to let her know what she's supposed to be doing most of the time. Now, when we have an idle dog, that dog is going to think of something to do, and that may not always be what we would want them to do. Okay, so let's try it again. Sit. Wait. Let's say create a little bit more excitement if you know that she's doing a great job in regards to maintaining her composure and her patience when it comes to her going somewhere. If you know that she's about to get really, really excited for a certain something, like let's say she sees her leash and she just goes nuts. She loves her leash. She knows it means that she's going to go somewhere. Work slowly, build up to exposing her to that leash, bringing it out. She does generally very, very well, though. Let's change this right here. Okay, so we're going to work on that stay right now. We're going to move right into the shade. Now remember, when you're working on stay, like everything else we do, we want her to do a review and do everything quite simply first. That's very important. We don't want to overwhelm them with jumping right into something that would be like have increased distractions or things like that. So when you're starting off with the stay at home, maybe you haven't worked on it for a little bit, start with that short leash, that 4-foot or 6-foot leash. Work on the leash first, graduate to a longer lead, and eventually you can work off leash in your backyard or in a safe enclosed environment. to just generally stay. The previous one, I gave her specific stay, down stay. She did great. Now when you ask your dog to stay in general, they have the opportunity to sit up or lay down, but they just cannot go forward or move anywhere from that location. Have your leash on the ground, step on your leash. Again, this is just a little bit of a review before we go into extended stays. That's going to incorporate a lot of distance and duration. Providing a little bit of distance. Again, we're doing this in small baby steps. Let's try it again. Okay, so she willingly laid down there. To my advantage here and incorporate that duration. Let's see. I'm also going to remove myself from her sight. Would like for her to remain in that stay position. First things first. Now she already set herself up here. She's obviously doing a really amazing downstay right now. But this might change when I take myself away from her sight. She knows I'm not going to be here anymore. I'm going through that gate. I'm going to make some noise. Okay, I knew it. Let's try it again. She had such an amazing downstay, but as soon as I removed myself, she wanted to immediately know, where am I going? So let's try this again. I'm going to allow myself to for a little bit here. Come back, let her know that I'm still here. Stay. separation anxiety, wants to know where someone is at all times. We want to make sure that she understands that we're not leaving her forever, and we will come back to get her. Try again. No. Now it looks like I'm doing this a lot. Well, I am doing this a lot over and over again. We need to make sure that we're consistent and repetitive. Maybe it's going to take her 1 more minute to understand that she has to stay there. Maybe it'll take a couple of hours, 2 hours worth of video, but in the end we want to make sure that she follows through. That's the most important thing. She will get the hang of it. She will understand that, man, I don't want to keep doing this over and over and over again. She knows what stay is. She knows the hand signal. It's just her choice to not stay. So we're not going to get frustrated or irritated. No. We just want to make sure, we're going to go right back to that same spot, and we're going to stay there. Always want to end on a good note. Now, if we find that maybe Maddie gets a little anxious when someone leaves, let's say you leave to go to work or something like that, and you notice that maybe Maddie isn't doing a stay like you ask her to, make sure that you're working on it every day and that she has that schedule, so she has that routine. She knows what's going to happen. We're going to work on the stay before breakfast. I'm going to have to stay while Mom goes to the living room while she's in the bedroom. But we want to make sure that it's consistent so she understands that even though she can't see us, we're always going to come back to her. We're always going to come back and release her. Now, like I said, we want to end this on a good note, so we're going to stop this right here. She did a really great job today. And just some small little hiccups like stay. but she did fabulous overall. And there she goes. Interested in everything. Only now. Alright, so this has been Nicole here with Madison, and we've been doing a review, and we'll see you later. Bye!